The earth receives, yes, yes, and in the receiving it gives. Hello, hello, fellow idiots. It is a rainy Thursday, and so myself, Gertie, Alice, and of course today's tea pets. Who have we got today? We've got this lovely, friendly cow. Haven't given it a name yet. If you can think of a name, please stick something in the comments. And also, of course, the gaggle of geese, gaggle of ducks. I don't know, those two seem to work together. So we're all sitting here drinking a little bit of tea together. What are we drinking today? Yunnan Green Spring Snail Bilu Chun Green Tea 2024 picking, again from Yunnan Sourcing. This is working my way through my Yunnan Sourcing samples. What I wrote for this, sorry Scott, I wrote it's okay. Oh dear, you can see, you know, this is the tea snob is starting to surface, right? You know, once you've tasted a good bunch of different greens, you're suddenly, oh, you know, it's not just like, oh, this is amazing because it's green and it's vibrant and verdant, and no, it's okay. Out of 10, I don't know, 7.9. What did I write? Buttery, bitter, grassy, astringent, herbaceous, dry. I have been, if I flash brew it, so instead of doing, I don't know, 20 seconds or something, do it like a 10-second brew. Certainly that removes a little bit of the bitterness. I don't mind bitter. That's what I'm looking for to a certain extent. But, you know, I don't know, when you've kind of been the day before feeling very happy in the very safe, buttery, warm, toasty, umami, sweet, savory, yummy, chestnut, nutty notes of, you know, your Dragonwell Long Gin. That's probably cost £3. £3, 3 times more than this. He says over brewing. You then unfortunately have a brain that goes, yeah, but it doesn't taste as nice as the Long Gin Dragonwell that costs 3 times the amount and blah, blah, blah. And why didn't you buy just 100 grams of that? And why didn't you buy this? And blah, 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 blah. So the main reason I've come on here to Jabber today is I wanted to tell you about this Ancient Oracle, New Oracle collaboration, because I'm doing quite a lot of these at the moment. So, you know, as you maybe know by now, I sit down in the morning, I drink, me and the tea pets, there you go, my boys and girls. I think this is mainly girls today. We drink tea, meditate on flavor, and yeah, and consult the Yi, Tea and Yi, that's what it's about, right? And what I've been doing recently is not even really doing a kind of a question per se, but more of just a sort of, you know, I guess it's a bit like people who used to do psychoanalysis 5 times a week, right? Maybe they still do. I don't know. This was very de rigueur for a certain period of time and a certain class of people for many decades. You'd go, you'd lie on the couch and you'd do psychoanalysis for 5 days. And I guess when you would lie on the couch, you'd be like, okay, what's on my mind? What is there? And you'd ask, it wouldn't be a question, but you'd sort of talk about stuff. Whatever that was, that could be, I guess, fairly freely associative. It might just be whatever's in your vicinity. So you might start talking about how every time a plane flies over your head while you're recording, you feel intense anger and frustration. You might explore your reactive anger and frustration against the world and everything that drones and clatters and sort of whirs in a loud machine-like way. But for me this morning, I was thinking about the fact that I've got in the last week or so into the habit of going to sleep quite late. I've been working on this sort of kind of documentary, I guess, type video of how Alice and Gertrude met, and it requires a lot more editing than most of my videos do for all sorts of reasons I won't bore you with. And so I've been going to bed really, really late, like 2:30, 2:45 in the morning. Also, as I go into the wee hours of the morning, I recently bought a bottle of this whiskey from Aldi that caught my attention because it's got, you know, those, it had won all sorts of awards and blah, blah, blah. That always gets the idiot going. And with the idea of, oh, I'll just have a little nip each evening. And of course, you know, 3 or 4 nips at 2 in the morning. Not always the best thing to do. So drew a card, and I got Hexagram 2, this beauty here. I actually looked up the artist because I just think these interpretations, these watercolor interpretations, are just utterly gorgeous. This is the Visionary Etching Cards pack by Paula Brian, but Joan Larimore does the art for these. And I looked up Joan Larimore because I was thinking, wow, I would love to, if it was affordable, buy one of these paintings because they are so gorgeous. I'd love to have one of these. I'm not sure if that's possible. Also, Joan Larimore, rest in peace, died in 2022, so she is no longer with us and no longer contactable. Otherwise, I would have loved to have maybe spoken to her because I really vibe with these cards. So I got Hexagram 2, Receptive Power, Earth Above, Earth Below. And then what I do, following on from this, is, as I've maybe explained, go and just read the simple Zhou-Yi judgment and the image, and in this case, the judgment is something like the receptive brings about sublime success, furthering through perseverance. So it's about furthering through perseverance. There's a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, etc., etc. Okay, just a good reminder of that. The image is the Earth's condition is receptive devotion, thus the superior or non-inferior idiot. I always change it when I read this because I really don't like the superior man bollocks. I mean, bollocks, you know, it was written when women, even though they ruled the world, were not actually registered in the Zhou-Yi text as ruling the world. The Earth's condition is receptive devotion. Thus, the non-idiot has the breadth of character to carry the outer world. And you know, and sometimes I'll reflect on that. I'll look at the card. I'll write some notes. Often I'll sort of write like almost like a little poem. I'll just sort of see what's there, and I'll just kind of like sort of almost write a poem. So for some reason, you know, these words sort of started coming up today. Be an Alice to yourself, Steve. Alice does not call Gertie out, but she cares. She really cares and will do her utmost to help. Check in with her. Earth is earth, always earth, receptive, open to what is, etc., etc. And I kept on scrawling. But then I had this idea, because also I'm sitting here next to Gertie. I was like, well, I wonder what would this Zhou-Yi judgment look like if it was written by Gertie, if Gertie Stein... Maybe I should do this. I think it would be fantastic. If Gertrude Stein had written the Zhou-Yi, and I promise you, if she knew about this text, and if someone had come to her and said, Gertie, we need an avant-garde, I don't know, lesbian Zhou-Yi, can you please knock one out for us in your inimitable style, or imitable style, but inimitable if it's done really well, inimitable if it's done really well. I think she would have totally been up for that. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I can work together with, you know, the modern oracle to do that, because I just think that would be such fun, right? The I Ching as written by Gertrude Stein. Maybe put it on, put it or give it away. I was going to say put it on Amazon, you know, as a kind of self-published idiocy, or give it away. I'm going to do that. I like that idea. But, and the reason I like that idea is because what I did this morning, right, is I picked up, you know, the modern Oracle, good old GPT. I might try this with Claude as well, because Claude supposedly is supposed to be the better writer. But I think for something like this, GPT works. This is GPT-4, works just as well. And I said, okay, what would Hexagram 2 sound like, written by Gertrude Stein? And I have to say, I think this is damn good. I really, really do think that the Zhou Yi written by Gertrude Stein may possibly be the best way. And by the best, I mean the way that really doesn't tell you, it doesn't say this, do this, do that, but it's sort of the most, when I read this, I'm going to read it to you, it feels like the most inviting kind of Zhou Yi that I've read. I haven't read every version of the Zhou Yi, but certainly this, it's more inviting than, it holds the essence of the original, but it's more inviting. And by inviting, I also mean, I guess, like inviting in the way that a psychoanalyst is inviting. They're like, you lie on the couch, I'm going to listen very, very carefully, and occasionally I'm going to say the odd word or two, and that kind of invitation. Let me read it to you. Hexagram 2, the receptive kun. Earth is earth, is always earth. Receptive, yes, receptive. Always open, open to what is. A flatness, a firmness, a holding of all that is not yet. Not yet, but will be. And that is the thing of earth, the thing that stays. An earth is an earth is an earth, is it not? I'm not sure about that line. So what I would probably do if I was to generate a Zhou Yi written by Gertrude Stein is I'd, try this out with all the different AIs that are currently available. See which delivers the most interesting results, and then read and tweak and, you know, get rid of the sort of the dud lines, the lines where you're like, oh, you're just doing that because Gertrude Stein does that, because that's not what we want, right? So, you know, an earth is an earth is an earth. Well, this is a riff on a rose is a rose is a rose. And I'm like, I don't think Gertrude, well, maybe she would, but I don't think Gertie would necessarily self-reference herself in that way. Earth is earth, is it not? Below and above, it is always earth, always there to catch and to cradle and to hold. It does not ask, but it takes, and what it takes, it takes. It is what it is, no more, no less, always the same, always the same. What is in earth is in the earth, and what comes up is because of the earth. Not pushing, no pushing, just holding, waiting. The earth waits, and in the waiting, there is everything, a field, a plain, a simple plain, not plain in the way of simple, no, but plain in the way it is, flat and deep. The earth receives, yes, yes, and in the receiving, it gives. I don't know what you think about that, and that's not even sort of edited and, you know, improved upon by a human intelligence. Improved upon by human intelligence. One day that phrase won't exist. It'll be like, well, I'll get another AI intelligence to come and improve upon that. I really do. I'm so looking forward to the day. I'm so looking forward to it, because this is what we deserve. And a profound humbling. We deserve an AI to say, oh, you think you're so smart? You think you're so creative? You think the sun shines out of your creative arse? Insert creative person who sits down every day to write their genius down. Well, no, it doesn't, because, you know, language can be moved around creatively and meaningfully by machines. That day is coming, my friends. It's almost here. Not completely, but it's almost here. And when that happens, we're going to be scratching our heads going, so everything that my identity is based around, you know, me being this like very special and unique human creative genius, that's all just code. That could just come by pressing a button. Oh, I'm going to have to find some other thing to form my ego around, which no doubt will supplant the earlier ego extrapolations pretty quickly.